Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. You know, some days don't start with sunshine. Some days start at 2:30 in the morning after going to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And your eyes pop open and your mind's already running. See, I didn't wake up early this morning. I woke up called. See, I had a client that needed something done this morning. And so he counted on me to be there at stupid o'clock early in the morning, 2.5 hours away, to take care of it. So when you wake up that early in the morning, it's because something in you refuses to wait for the world to catch up. Something that you have to take care of, that the world just doesn't realize that it's actually more important. And that, my friends, and that. People think that when you have to get up that early to go to a job site is something wrong. You did something wrong. Maybe it's a failure of some sort. But no, it's not failure. It's human. That's capacity. That's where your mental note is protecting your mission, your word. And you know what? That's where gratitude comes in. Because gratitude comes in on those real days. And being happy for being able to wake up, on being able to try and stand fast, by being able to throw down and being that person that your client knows will get the job done. See, I was up at 2:30 in the morning before the birds, before the sun, and then even before most of the world. In fact, when I stopped to get gas, the gas station wasn't even open. And I honestly didn't know. A lot of people don't know this. But if the gas station has their lights on at the pumps, but the inside lights are off, that actually means that you could actually go there and pay with a credit card and pump gas anyways. Neat. Hmm? So, yeah, I even got there, pumped gas before the gas station was even open. Before the world knew what time it really was. I was pushing, I was moving, I was grinding. And I got to that site, I handled what it was that was needed to be done. And you know what? I hate saying it, but it was something stupid. Something that they could have done themselves, that they thought was my fault. And you know what? That's all right. Because then from there, I took it upon myself, went to several other of this client's sites to touch every one of his stores and do a quality check. And that is one reason why some of my clients love me so much. Because I didn't waste just 2 hours to drive out there to try to charge them for coming out there and doing something they could have done. At least I even went to the other sites and did the quality checks on the other sites. And then I ended up getting home. And you know what? That's when my body said, hey, you're 54 years old, man. 2:30 in the morning. After going to bed at 1, you got to get a little bit of sleep. And so I took a nap. And you know what? That nap wasn't weakness. That nap was a receipt. Because my body cashed the check that my grind wrote. See, now we've all had days like that. You've had days like that. You've had days where you gave so much so early for somebody else that your body had to shut down. And later you felt guilty. But you know what? That guilt really is just a lie. Because truthfully, gratitude is the truth. Because without the ability to try and do that, without the gratitude to be able to grind like that, oh God, how do I put this? See, feeling guilty for taking a nap isn't that good. Should have the gratitude for taking that nap because of the fact you were able to. Because of the fact that you worked that hard to get the job done. Because of the fact that you were able to accomplish something that other people would have just said, it's not worth it. So give yourself a pat on the back for that. Because you know why? Your nervous system reacts when you push too early or too hard. So you need that recovery cycle. That mental load, waking up at 2:30 in the morning. Some of us getting up at 3:30 in the morning. I usually get up about 4:30 in the morning every day anyways. So, so it wasn't that hard, but that's an extra 2 hours earlier than normal. And so that mental load was a little bit hard on me. And for other people, waking up at 2:30 in the morning is just it's a mental load. It means your brain's processing way too early. And that's where, you know what? When you try and take that time out for yourself after grinding so much, it's not guilt. It's gratitude. That gratitude turns that, hey, I overslept into I recharged. Because see, you didn't lose the day. You took an intermission. Who's here ever pushed so hard, so early, that you basically shut down? I see you, Peter. Natasha, thank you. And you know what? That moment wasn't a failure. That wasn't you quitting on your project. That was you trying and letting your body take. I'm on my live, so out. Sorry about that. I out. Mom didn't want to be aggravated by you. Out. Bro, Obi won't leave me alone. Oh, bet. I'm not doing anything. It's because you went. Sorry about that. So what happens is, Hooray for summer vacation, right? With kids. Anyways. See, you didn't lose the day. Your body took an intermission. And that moment wasn't a failure. It's proof that you were carrying something heavy that required your body to take a moment to break out, to break through, take a break in general, to rest. See, gratitude isn't for the days that go right. Because sometimes we have those bad days. We should have gratitude for the days that are real. Because real days are the days that when you are oversleeping, when you have those challenges that you just want to try and run outside and scream at the top of your lungs, or the days when you want to walk off the job site, or the days when you want to try and just haul off and something. Those are real days. And those are the days you should be grateful for, because of the fact that those days are days that you realize that you are alive. Because gratitude reminds you that, hey, I'm still here. I'm still moving. I'm still dangerous. So we're going to break it down into 3 different doors. All right. Because see, gratitude can give you clarity. By having a grateful heart each day, you can watch the world open up to you. Hey, Demon, what's up? What's up, Demon? And you know what? It gives you clarity. It gives the opportunity to stop saying that, hey, I messed up, and start saying that, hey, I'm still in motion. I might have messed up, but hey, I'm still working at this. Hey, I'm still going. I'm still doing something here. Hey, Demon, I'm here working. Here, let me move my stuff out of the way so you can have a seat. Here. There, Demon, sit. Good kitty. Yeah, so gratitude can give you clarity. Now, gratitude can also give you courage. All right? By gratitude giving you courage, you stop hiding the imperfect parts of your day, and you start owning them as part of your story. Part of your story? Yes, part of your story. And when I say part of your story, I mean part of your story. See, my day wasn't perfect. I mean, from getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning to coming back and thinking I'm going to get a whole bunch of work done, and decide to take a 20, 30-minute nap, and next thing I know, I'm asleep for 6 hours. Yeah. It's I can still go back to sleep. And I'm going to. It's one of those things that you take that gratitude and you realize that, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. My body apparently needed it. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful because of the fact that it gave me an excellent day. I got the job done. I got the extra jobs done. I got everything done I needed to get done today. Truthfully, anything extra would have been extra. And I made it safely, there and back. Even mentally challenged, even mentally tired, even physically exhausted. So yes, I'm grateful. So yes, the imperfect parts of my day, they're part of my story. And finally, Gratitude can give you capacity. Because see, you can stop beating yourself up over resting. You can start thanking your body for protecting your mission. See, when you've had those days when you've worked too much and your body shuts down and you end up taking a nap that turns into longer than you anticipated, that's your body saying, hey, this is my time. I gave you what you needed to do. I gave you the work that you needed to get done. Now it's my turn to get the work done I need to get done. At which point, that's when you realize that you need to try and be thankful that your body gave you that time, that effort, that capacity. Because see, each door lets you realize that gratitude doesn't erase the nap. Gratitude doesn't erase the challenges in your day. Gratitude doesn't do anything negative towards that stuff. It redeems it. It's like your one-stop excuse book. Gratitude gives you the opportunity to say, hey, I didn't mess up. I am still in motion. Hey, I'm not hiding the imperfect parts of my day. I'm owning them, and I'm accepting the fact that, hey, I had to get it done. Gratitude doesn't erase the fact that, hey, I took a nap. Gratitude says, you know what? Thank God my body finally said, hey, we need to protect your mind and your body and your soul from killing yourself. And so gratitude isn't just about being thankful. It's about awareness. It's about alignment. It's about activation. See, awareness lets you see that you're already working in your life. Oh, excuse me. And sorry about that. Hang on. Somebody keeps blowing up my phone. And I'm like trying to let them know that, hey, I'm in the middle of something here. It's like people don't realize between 9 and 10 o'clock is your time. This is your time, not their time. So gratitude isn't being thankful. It's gratitude is awareness. It's seeing what's already working in your life. It's having the opportunity to see that, hey, everything is going good, or everything's not going good, but it's still working. It's still producing. It's still moving forward. Gratitude is also alignment. It's taking your mind and syncing it with your spirit, syncing it with your energy, and taking the spirit and your mind and your energy and putting it all together with possibility. And that's where activation comes. Because gratitude with awareness, alignment, and activation, that's where it's moving differently because you remembered what you survived. Because see, gratitude isn't passive. Gratitude can be a weapon. Gratitude can be your weapon against being overwhelmed. When you've got so much going on in your life, you can try and say, you know what? I'm thankful for being alive. I'm thankful for the opportunity to have so much abundance and challenges in my life. There's an old story about a guy that was so upset that he wishes he could have ride a bike, that he had to walk everywhere, but then he saw somebody who had no feet. Ouch, right? Ouch. And most people only know that there are like 5 different layers of gratitude. Yeah, 5. We're going to go with a survival gratitude. And that's a gratitude that says, I'm still here, thankfully. No, I'm not I'm not on my dirt nap yet, thankfully. No. And that's also the gratitude that says, you know what? I've been through my challenges. I came out of them with my scars and my strength. That's your survival gratitude. I'm still here. What didn't kill me made me stronger. I've been through my storms. I'm a storm walker. I've got my scars as maps, and they're my strength. But then there's a situational gratitude. And that's the one where people are happy, who are grateful for what's happening right now. The small wins. Oh, hey, look, I got a whole bunch of birthday presents. Oh, hey, look, I got a whole bunch of people wishing me a happy birthday on my timeline. Or maybe the quiet blessings. Maybe unexpected help, a guy giving you a ride home from work that you didn't expect. The guy in front of you trying and buying you coffee or the pay it forward thing. And that's where people are grateful for situational. But you know what? There's also strategic gratefulness, strategic gratitude. And that's where you use gratitude to shift your mind state, your mindful states. Because see, you don't feel grateful. You choose to be grateful. And it's kind of hard to be grateful when you got so many challenges going on. I'll admit, life is out there bugging you out, bills due, people bugging you for money left and right. Nothing's going right for you. And instead of feeling like you're grateful for something, you choose to show gratitude. You choose to be grateful for the opportunities to have so many challenges in your life. And that's the great gratitude that stops anxiety in its tracks. That's the gratitude that really makes people think, like, what is going on? There's a quote that I read in a book once, that if you really, really want to mess with your friends, hey, Krem, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Quote that I read in a book one time was that if you really, really want to mess with your enemies, even when you're most stressed and most overwhelmed, carry a smile on your face because they will never know what you're up to. And so when you are in the middle of all that anxiety, if you carry a grateful heart, the world will stop and look at you and not know what's going on. And well, on that one there, I'm going to try and use the old adage that when you're walking through Chicago late at night in the bad neighborhoods, act crazy and people will leave you alone. I don't want to sound racist or anything like this, but if you're a white person walking through a certain and through some areas of Chicago at night all alone, and you got a big smile on your face just walking through the area, you're going to look pretty crazy. And people will leave you alone. So I feel the same way about life. When you have that challenge and you're walking through the valley of the shadow of death, and you got a big grateful smile on your face because you're alive and because you have all those challenges around you, letting you know that you're alive, life is going to look at you and say, why is he so happy when I am plaguing him? Something's not right there. And be like, you know what? We're not going to mess with him. He's crazy. Because see, that's where you have vision gratitude. Vision gratitude is really, it's for what hasn't happened yet. And that's how you're able to have that big smile on your face when you got all that crap going on in your life, when all the storms are going around you left and right, and you've got that crazy smile on your face walking through that shadow of valley of death. Because that gratitude says, I'm thanking God in advance for the things that I'm going to get. That's where manifestation becomes motion. Because that's when you finally realize that, hey, I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to get the things that I deserve. I'm going to get the things that I want. I'm going to have I am going to have the things that I am working towards. And you don't have to tell everybody about that. You just have to have this smile on your face and be grateful that it is coming to you. Because the vision and strategic gratitude, nobody ever turns around and thinks about that. Nobody. Most people live off the survival gratitude and the situational gratitude where you know what? Oh, thank God I survived that accident. Oh, thank God I survived this. Or oh, you know what? I'm thankful for another birthday because, well, I got all the things I wanted. But nobody ever thinks about strategic gratitude, where you're walking through the valley of death and you fear no evil because you've got this big, I hate to say the word, poop eating grin on your face, knowing that you have vision gratitude, knowing that you're choosing to be grateful for the things that are going wrong in your life because you know that abundance is coming towards you. Because you know that you've got the identity. You know that you've got the identity gratitude. And that's the deepest level of gratitude yet. It's not about what you have. It's about who you've become. And that level 5 identity gratitude, that is the purest form. That's the one that says, I'm proud of the person I'm turning into. And you don't have to share that with anybody because that's right there in that strategic gratitude, right there with that vision gratitude. And it's right there. It all loops into one. You got your big poop eating grin on, walking through the valley of shadow and death because you've got your vision. Thanking God in advance that I am going to have the things that I deserve, that I work hard for, because I'm proud of the person I'm turning into. And that's why gratitude is so important. That's why gratitude is so powerful. That is why gratitude can change your brain. It can change your body. It can change your behavior. See, neuroscience has proved that gratitude can increase dopamine and serotonin. That's something I read. I had to throw that in there because, well, I was talking about other things I read. But you know what? This your science part of it is neuroscience has shown it increases dopamine and serotonin. And dopamine is that feel good thing that makes you feel good about yourself. And serotonin helps you sleep better. It also helps you lower your cortisol. Cortisol? That in English, stress reduction. Because see, when you're stressed and you decide to try and take an attitude of gratitude for the things that are going on in your life, you no longer accept the fact that it's stress and you're stressing about it. You're taking it and acknowledging it and owning it, saying, you know what, I'm not going to let it stress me. I'm just taking care of it. I'm happy I have these things because if I didn't have these things, I would have nothing. Reminds me about a Star Trek movie. Movie starts out, a guy in a desert digging holes in a desert. And he sees this guy coming up to him. He grabs a gun and he's about ready to shoot this guy coming up to him. The guy says, we're in the middle of the desert. Why are you going to shoot me? And the guy is like, because you're here. It's like, yeah, I'm here. Why? It's like, because you're going to take my stuff. It's like, what stuff? We're in the middle of the desert. You're drilling holes. He's like, yeah, but it's all I have. And he's like, no, you have more than that. And he takes and mind melds with him and shows him how much more he has. That he has a life. He has an opportunity. He has so much to live for than just holes in a desert. And so that's where you realize that, you know what? When you take an opportunity and you change your gratitude in and change your focus, it moves from being a threat mode to an opportunity mode. You take that gratitude and you add it to the stresses that you have by saying, you know what? Without these stresses, I wouldn't have anything. These stresses, I have stresses because of the fact that I have a house. I've got kids. I've got a business. I've got a cat that wants to lay on my desk. And you know what? I'm thankful for these things. And and that's what builds your confidence because those are wins. Everybody should have a cat that lays on their desk. I mean, it's just, you know, seriously. Everybody should have a cat that lays on their desk. That's all they do. And they purr loudly. I'd take the camera and move it, except that it's one of those things that he's so comfortable and I'd hate to move him in order to reach the camera. But you know what? Your focus shift moves you from threat mode to opportunity mode. You realize, you realize that you're grateful for the stresses in your life because of the stresses gave you real tangible things, from a family that loves you to an animal that loves you to a roof over your head. There are people out there that don't have a roof over their head. There are people out there living in tents. There are people out there that don't have half the things that I have. And it gives you a confidence boost because it's letting you remember all the wins that you have. And it also gives you a resilience increase. You realize that you're not breaking under that pressure. You're building stronger. So gratitude literally rewires your brain to see the possibilities instead of the danger. So we're going to wrap it up with the gratitude loop. Gratitude gives you calmness. Calmness gives you clarity. Clarity gives you confidence. Confidence gives you action. Action gives you momentum. Momentum gives you blessings. Blessings gives you more gratitude. And this is why the world opens up to you. Because of the fact that when you repeat this over and over and over again, you don't just have a great day, you have a great week. And if you repeat this week over and over and over again, you don't just have a great week, you have a great month. And if you repeat that month over and over and over again, you have a great year. You see where I'm going with this, people? Your gratitude can create the calm. Your calm can create the clarity. Your clarity can create the confidence. The confidence can create the action. The action creates momentum. Momentum brings blessings. And the blessings brings more gratitude for being alive, for having the challenges in front of you. And that more gratitude brings more calm. Days move to weeks. Weeks move to months. Months move to years. And years moves to a life of gratitude. And this is why I say the world can open up to you when you start each day with a grateful heart. Because you can operate in a loop that most people never enter. Because gratitude is not just about being positive. It's about being powerful. It's about refusing to let pressure erase your perspective. I'll tell you a story about perspective. Young college girl goes off to college, sends her dad and mom a letter. Hey, Dad. Hi, Mom. I love you very much. I wanted to send a letter to you, let you know that because of the riots going on, I got hurt and ended up in a hospital with smoke inhalation damage. I got burned real badly. I met an orderly there where we fell in love. We ended up moving to California where we hope to get married on the birth of the first baby. We're living in a commune right now, and we hope to maybe possibly try and get our first house or at least a camper to live in and live out in the desert. Sign, your loving daughter. P.S. Mom, Dad, I love you. None of this really happened, but I did flunk my first semester here at college, and I wanted to let you know to keep things in perspective. See, perspective, perspective is an important thing to keep in mind. You know, here, the mother and father are already worried that their daughters almost died from the riots and might have just ruined her entire life by deciding to try and live in a commune in the middle of the desert somewhere. You know, maybe possibly even joining some sort of cult thing or something like that, you know, where people disappear. Only to find out that she was actually lying about it all, and she actually just flunked her first semester in college. So, which is actually worse. See, and that should give them the gratitude that, well, you know what? Thank God it's not worse. See, we don't practice gratitude because life is easy. We practice gratitude because life is heavy. And you're built for heavy. Because you've withstood more than people know. You owned more than people seen. It's time to take a moment and win in a way that nobody can ignore. It's time to step up and make your next move your loudest one yet. It's time to start your gratitude cycle. It's time to focus on letting gratitude bring the calm bring the clarity bring the confidence, and confidence bring the action, and the action bring the momentum, and the momentum bring the blessings, and the blessings, they just bring more gratitude. And start living your day repeating that over and over again so you can have a grateful life. This is Obit signing out for tonight. Thank you very much and have a good